So, you want to build stronger, more stable legs after 60. You are in exactly the right place. We're about to break down a simple, science backed plan to help you walk with the kind of confidence you might have felt back at 40.
You know, we've all seen those ads, right? The countless supplements promising stronger bones. But here's the truth. Real, lasting leg strength, it's not found in a pill bottle. It comes from something way more fundamental: simple movement.
We're going to focus on two key exercises that can make a world of difference. And just as importantly, we're going to expose three really popular exercises that might actually be doing you more harm than good. Okay, let's start by getting one thing straight. Look, nutrition is absolutely important, don't get me wrong. But thinking supplements alone are the magic bullet for strong, resilient legs, that's just not how it works. Think about this for a second. Studies show that seniors in Japan often keep incredible mobility, well into their 90s. So what's their secret? Well, I'll tell you what it's not. It isn't lifting massive weights or running marathons. It's a focus on precision movements that build stability and strength, day in and day out. All right, let's dive into our first recommended exercise. This one is incredibly simple. It's super safe, and it targets a muscle group that is absolutely critical for your stability. We're talking about the hip abductors. Now, those are the muscles on the outside of your hips. And here's why they're so important. As we get older, they tend to get weak, and they weaken faster than other leg muscles. That's what can lead to that wobbling feeling, poor balance, and a much higher risk of falls. So strengthening them, it's a total game changer. So how do we strengthen them? With an easy exercise called the lateral leg lift. All you have to do is stand next to a chair for a bit of balance, then shift your weight to one leg, keep your back nice and straight, and slowly lift your other leg out to the side. Now, avoid any kicking or swinging. The real key here is slow, controlled movement. Pause at the top, then lower it just as slowly. And the routine for this? Incredibly simple. Just start with 5 to 10 reps on each leg. Aim for 3 sets about 3 times a week. This gives your muscles plenty of time to recover and, get stronger. Great, so that covers the hips. But hey, that's only half the story. Let's move on to the second crucial exercise, which targets the lower part of your legs. Yep, we're talking about your calves. Every single time you take a step, these are the muscles that are working to keep you balanced and stable. Without strong calves, your risk of falls just goes way up. They are, quite literally, your foundation. And the exercise is just as simple, the toe-calf raise. Just stand tall, hold on to a chair if you need to, and slowly rise up onto your toes. Go as high as you comfortably can, pause for just a moment to feel those muscles engage, and then slowly lower yourself back down. Now here's the plan for this one. Aim for about 10 to 12 repetitions to start for 3 sets. And because these muscles recover pretty quickly, you can do this about 4 times a week. It's a really powerful routine that takes less than a minute. Okay, so we know what to do. Now let's cover what not to do. There are 3 really common exercises that can secretly do some real damage to senior joints, even though they might seem healthy on the surface. First up, weighted squats. While a 25-year-old can build a lot of muscle this way, for seniors, the risks often just outweigh the benefits. Adding that heavy weight places a huge compressive force on your knees, your hips, and your spine, all places where cartilage may already be thinning. And believe me, this is not just a theoretical risk. Just take the story of June, an 81-year-old who started doing weighted squats. She didn't get stronger. Instead, she developed what she called blinding and paralyzing hip pain. The moment she stopped and switched to safer exercises, the pain just disappeared. The second exercise to stay away from is the heavy deadlift. You see this all the time in gyms, but it's one of the absolute riskiest moves for an older adult. So why is that? Because it puts a massive amount of stress directly on the lower back. As our spinal discs become more vulnerable with age, even a tiny mistaken form can lead to herniated discs, muscle tears, and other really serious injuries. Remember, our goal is healthy legs, not heavy lifts. Okay, for our final exercise to avoid, I want you to look at this number: 2 to 4 times your body weight. What in the world could that be? Well, that's the amount of force that slams into the ground with every single step you take while you're running. And that brings us to danger number 3, running. I know, this one surprises a lot of people, but running is a high-impact activity. Those shock waves travel up through your ankles, your knees, your hips, and your spine. Now, unless you've been a lifelong runner, starting in your 60s or 70s puts your joints under a tremendous amount of pressure. Just listen to Connor's story. He was 73 and started running every day to build strength. Instead, he developed severe knee joint inflammation that made it painful just to get out of bed. The minute he switched to safer exercises, the pain went away and his legs actually got stronger.
So let's put it all together now. Here's your final, super simple blueprint for building stronger legs safely and effectively.
So here it is, the entire takeaway on one slide. You're going to do lateral leg lifts for hip stability, and you're going to do toe-calf raises for balance. You're going to avoid weighted squats, heavy deadlifts, and running. And instead of running, choose walking. Fast walking is excellent, and uphill walking is even better. You get all the benefits without the damaging impact.
Ultimately, it's not about pushing yourself to the absolute limit. You don't need heavy weights or high intensity. The real key to building and maintaining strength for life is consistency. Just small, smart movements done regularly.
This whole journey doesn't begin with some huge commitment, but with one simple, small step. So the only question left is, which of these gentle movements will you start with today?